Hi everyone, so let's find out a little bit more about how to use the command line in this command line basics series of videos. I'm back inside my terminal and I'm running the standard shell as it's called, which is called bash, and I'm in dark mode, so I've got white on black rather than black on white. And we're going to learn about directories. So directories are the same as folders. If you see a folder in your Finder, then when you're working in the command line, we call that a directory, and there are commands which allow us to work with directories. And we've already seen one, which is print working directory. That shows us which directory we are currently in. And these slashes are used to separate the parts of the directory tree that we are in. So we are inside the folder named after me, or directory named after me, and that is inside a top level directory called users. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to create a directory. We create a directory using the make directory, or mkdir command, and then we just give that a name. We'll make a directory called command line, and that doesn't seem to have done anything. But if I do an ls, which you may remember lists files inside our current directory, you'll see we have a new directory here called command line. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to move through the directory structure, and we can do that using cd, which is change directory. And if we give cd the name of a directory, we can change into that directory. So if we do ls now to list my files, we'll see there's nothing because I'm in an empty directory that I just made. And if I type pwd to see where I am, you'll see I'm inside this command line directory now. Now, just so we've got some files to work with, I've got the WordPress command line tool wp CLI, and I can do wp core download. And that gets us a install of WordPress. So I've now got a load of files inside this directory that I can see. And there are also, some of these are actually directories. So you'll recognize, if you work with WordPress, that wp content and wp admin and wp includes, there we go, they are all actually directories. And if I do ls-l, which is our long listing, you may remember from the last lesson, you can see all of those things that are directories. They have this D in the first column here. So that's telling us that that is a directory. And there's other things that you can do in your shell to make directories clearer, and we'll come and talk about those later on. So I can now navigate within the WordPress directory structure. So I can go cd wp admin, and then I can ls and see the files in there. Sees all the files inside wp admin. And then I might want to go back. So if I pwd, we'll see I'm in /command line /wp admin, and I want to get back to the root of this WordPress install, and that is one directory up my directory tree. So the way that I do that is I do cd ... and if I now do pwd, you'll see I'm back in command line, and if I list my files, then here they all are. I'm back in the root. Now, a couple of other things we can do. We've done making a directory. We can also remove a directory. So let's make a directory of our own. Just call it test. And if we do ls, we'll do it with the -l. And we'll see we have up here a directory called test that has the D at the start to show us it's a directory. And that's empty, so I could cd into it. And I can do a listing, and I can see where I am. There's no files in here, but I am in the test directory. And then I can go cd and then ... to go back up the tree. And now if I want to, I can remove that. So I can do rmdir. Actually, let's go up another level to show you what happens if I do rmdir command line. That's not letting me remove that because the directory's still got files and folders, or files and directories in it. So I can only rmdir to remove a directory if that directory is completely empty. If I go back to command line, just do an ls to check where we are, and there's that test directory on the left that we made. If we want to check that is empty, we can actually pass a path to ls as well. So we can do ls test, and that will show us nothing, but I could do ls wp admin, and that will show me everything in wp admin. I could even do ls wp content, and then use the / separator to specify more of a path. So I can list my plugins that I get by default with WordPress using that. Anyway, I wanted to remove this test directory, so I just do that with rmdir test. And again, you could pass rmdir wp content plugins / Akismet, for example, you could remove a directory several layers down if you wanted to, but again, that's not empty. Do rmdir test to actually do what we want to do. ls-l will show us that that has now been removed. It used to be up here. So there's some commands for moving around inside directories and making directories. We can pwd to see where we are. We can cd into a directory, or we can cd ... to go back up our directory tree. And you can do cd ... /... and so on to go up multiple levels of the tree, if you can figure that out. We've also seen the make directory command to make a directory and the rmdir remove directory command to remove a directory. So that's how you work with folders and directories from the command line inside your terminal.